Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Cardano right now. But once again, thank you for your continued support across the channel here on Cardano and just the CoinsKid in general. The comments, the sharing, the care in the Telegram group, everything you're doing to make the channel grow. And obviously, you know, if you find it helpful, that's what's more rewarding for me. It's good that you're making money as well. I really do appreciate that people are making money, but I'm getting so... I had a Telegram voice chat there yesterday with a bunch of people, and the comments that I got, the feedback was superb, and thank you very much for that feedback. And I'm glad that you're all learning, and I'm still learning in this space. I've not got a crystal ball, but I'll always say what I see, okay? I'll always say what I see, and I'll always be try and be transparent with you, okay? And never feed you any spiel. So it's this descending triangle, okay, and you can see that it actually got the breakout from that descending triangle, and it actually popped up, and that's your target just there, okay? So it popped up and it went up and it hit a level of resistance and carried on. You can see that. So what is Cardano doing right now? Well, ultimately, as you look at that, it's bullish, okay? Bullish cross, back test, fell through, back test, support, boom, off to the races, looking bullish. And believe it or not, you are actually beautiful. It's a beautiful chart, to be fair. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I know it is, and it's not really making any progress, and it's highly frustrating. It's a bit like Reef chart at the moment, to be fair. It's identical to Reef, pretty much. You've gone up and made two highs, and you've got all the cluster of noise in the middle there, but you are adhering to the EMAs. You're above the EMAs on the daily time frame as well, which is really healthy in that massive uptrend that you do find yourself in. You know, you just rolled over a bit and you're just going through that longer level of consolidation, but you are making progress because you're making higher lows on the grand scheme of things. Look at this, higher lows. Even this little boring chop that you've got here is still adhering to the higher lows. It's not dropping any lower. You're not falling below the 20 EMA on the daily time frame. You're not falling through that. You are kind of adhering to this kind of uptrend, this sort of ascending channel now, okay? So if you can keep adhering to that, then obviously what's going to happen, you're going to keep pushing up and falling back on the EMAs here, and they're going to be acting as support, pushing up until you actually break this high, the one in the middle there. You break that obviously, and then you break the all-time high, because that's what happens as you fall back on the EMAs and you don't lose them. Obviously the EMAs are going to keep creeping up and force you into a move. So in a minute, great, looking good. But what I want to do is show you something that's really important for Cardano, okay? It's not necessarily off to the races yet, because I think what you're doing, you're going through longer levels of consolidation right now, okay? So you can see that what you've done, you've come up here, okay? You hit a high, you came down and you corrected. So you hit that high, which wasn't as high as the previous all-time high. Do you see this? Okay, so you sort of failed there. So it looked a bit of a double top, and then you broke down, but we did give you a target. If you were to lose the M, do you remember that, the support in the middle? If you was to lose that, then you would have that further correction. But lo and behold, you made that high low, which we'll always teach you about. Okay, again, you're making the high low, so that's positive. That's confidence to the fact that you're just finding a level support, making a high low, and you're just going to start moving up. And lo and behold, you're moving up to an ascending. You're adhering and conforming to an ascending sort of trend line, which is great. It's golden. That's what you want. So far so good. But why is Cardano just hitting its head there? Why is Cardano hitting its head there? Okay, why? And the reason is because you're hitting Fibonacci retracement levels, okay? Just like we've taught you in the channel, they're high levels of trading activity, and that is why. Because it's not just going to go whew, to a new all-time high or retreat or go back to this high overnight. It's slowly catch a monkey creeping up to get to it, okay? And that is perfectly healthy. But what you're doing in the process of doing that, you're going up, you're hitting your head on a level, falling back down and testing a level of support, and you're consolidating in that range between resistance and support. Do you see this? So you could effectively draw lines in, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the fib in a minute because it gives you a greater idea of exactly what's happening. You hit in resistance, you hit in support, resistance, support, resistance, support. You break out, you hit another level of resistance. You're supposed to fall back on support, you lose it, you come back down to the initial support. You're breaking up again, you're having another go, boom, you get through. This time, you've teared up. And this is what I said to you in a previous video. You need to see Cardano tear up to that next level. And I'll show you exactly what I mean right now, because Cardano has done that. Okay, so this is the Fibonacci retracement tool, right? And what you do, you found a bottom. Basically, you've gone up in a big impulsive wave there, you've made a top, and you've come down and you've corrected. So that's a corrective wave, and you've actually formed a bottom. Do you see that? So from this bottom, you're now coming back to this all-time high. Well, not the all-time high, but the local high of the Fibonacci. And as you come through, you're hitting resistance, and the resistance is these levels on the Fibonacci. Okay, really easy, really easy. Anyone can do this. You come to your chart, you get the Fibonacci tool down. It's the third column down. Okay, you just go down to Fib retracement, you drop it on the bottom, you drop it on the top on the 4 hourly time frame, and immediately you can see where you've got resistance levels and support levels. Do you see this? So what you've done now, you've basically tiered up, in my opinion, because you were struggling. You were struggling to get above this level here. You went up, you hit your head on a 0618 just there. You fell back down and you bounced and you hit your ass on this here, the 0382. And what you've done this. You see that? Consolidating, boring, lost it for a little bit there, got back above, boring, and then you broke out. But when you broke out, you hit your head again on a level. And what you did, you come back down, you look like you tiered up, basically moving on to the next level, i.e. above the 05. Obviously, you broke down again, but you're heavily supported by the 0382 because you found all that local support there. Do you see that? Mass support. This particular level right now, the 0382 at $1.18 is a huge level of support for Cardano. Huge. Okay, because you can see how much it's held of support. So that's a really rock solid base of support for Cardano moving forward. Okay, if you was to see it correct, I would anticipate that would be an amazing buy zone right there. You would see an enormous amount of support for Cardano moving forward. So do take that into consideration if you were to see any further corrections. Okay, rock solid level of support, the 0382 in this retracement that you've got going on there. So basically now what you've done is obviously you corrected, you couldn't make any headway there, so you fell down, you broke down, but you got supported by the 0382 again. And what you've done, you slowly creeped up here. Do you see this? Got back above the EMAs, slowly creeped up, and what's happening is the EMA is coming up, it's forcing you, okay, because that's what it does. Is the EMA comes up and you're back testing the support and you're holding it, it's forcing you. Right now you have moved up into the next tier. You failed to get up there. Okay, at the moment you have actually got up there, but you are down. You got 2 hour close for this candle. Okay, you need to get back above the 0618, because if you can get back above that 0618, you're absolutely golden. You're above the golden ratio. Okay, and that is like, whoa, that's a ticket to Mars, that is. Okay, and you could experience that full-on retracement quite quickly. But what you may have done is you may have hit a level of resistance and you are actually going to fall back down into this tier and consolidate for a bit like this. Going to get a bit flat, a bit boring. But what happens is it's very similar to this, where you've moved up in this tier and you consolidate in a range and it's gone flat, gone boring. But the whole time you've been building rock solid support there. And then when you move up into this tier and you keep doing this and it's flat and it's boring, you're going to build a rock solid support there. Do you get what I'm saying? And then when you break above that, okay, with confluence and with, you know, all the resetting of the MACD and the RSI and the daily time frame, you may even get the 55 on the daily time frame coming up and getting a little kiss off it at some point. But you slowly adhering to this ascending channel here, this line, this sort of channel that you've got going on just here. Okay, slowly adhering to it, where you're forming consolidation like that, forcing you up again in sort of this ascending triangle. Do you see this? Because this could be another thing that you might have on the go, where you just sort of fall back down here. Okay, it looks bad, but you start bouncing like this. I know it looks chopper, but then you're going to be sort of being forced up by the EMAs, okay, in some ascending triangle like that, and then you're going to have a breakout, and that breakout is going to be something like that. Okay, so when you break out the apex, and look what that does, it pushes you up with conjecture, pushes you up with the EMAs, with the support of everything, the volume, the MACD, the RSI being reset, pushes you up to actually take that level on. It's just boring levels of consolidation, but you can kind of see what's in front of you sometimes. And the whole time that it does that, the support, the base of the support is moving up with the price. So it's really bullish, really bullish. A really long level of consolidation for Cardano. Boring flat, I know, but in the whole time, your support is moving up. So it's really good, really good. I can't emphasize to you how important and how good this is. I know it's really choppy, it looks quite messy. I'll tidy that up. So do you understand what I'm saying there, okay, for Cardano? It's not rocket science, and basically anyone can sort of see that and work that out, okay? Anyone can work that out. So at the minute you can see you've actually closed now. Okay, have you closed? Yes, you've closed. So yeah, you're basically under the 0618 right now, and you may see yourself start coming down and trading in this range here. Okay, and if you can still keep conforming to this sort of ascending sort of channel, this line that you've got going on here, where you've bounced off it like that and it's forcing you up, you know, this in effect is an ascending triangle. Do you see this? They're all patterns in patterns. Okay, so you was effectively training up here in sort of an ascending triangle like this, and what did you do? You broke out when you got to the apex. Where's your target? It's there to there. And where did you go? You went all the way up. Do you see that? So now you've gone up to the next phase. And what you're doing is, if you can, and you come back down and you get supported again by the EMAs, and you're going to start doing something like this, you're going to do exactly what you've done there, adhering to this trending channel that's creeping up, and then you're going to get the force out again. You're going to get another pop out, which takes you onto the next tier. Your solid base, your support moves up. You go onto that and you're above the golden ratio and you're marching on and you're looking to take out that high there, and then obviously tackle the all-time high. But that right up there, that's your extension, okay? That's your future price predictions. Because you've gone through a really long level of consolidation, that's a little bit exuberant. I would definitely expect you to hit that, okay? That 1414, that would be quite feasible as you start to breach and take out this high. I would definitely look at sort of a high level of resistance as you do make those highs. Once you get out of this sort of resistance on the fibs, to look at that there, that $1.70 for Cardano. So I hope you understood that. I hope I wasn't too confusing. Sometimes, you know, it's just in front of you. And obviously, again, if you do break down, I'm not saying you are going to break down, but if you do, like I've just said to you, where's your rock solid base of support at the moment? At the moment, that $1.18, this particular level here, the 0382 is a really massive rock solid level of support. But at the moment, you know, you are looking at this turning into your rock solid base of support, 1, 2, 3. So you may see Cardano just range between $1.28 and $1.23 for a little bit, and it look a little bit more choppy until you get the force of the breakout from this ascending triangle type pattern that's kicking into gear for Cardano. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do take care, and yeah, stay tuned and stay strong, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.